Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope your day is off to a fantastic start. I have another round of candle reviews to share today, and the first one we are going to be focusing on is HomeWorx Garden Bouquet. Normally, I'm able to tell you what the next video will be that will go up, but honestly, I have a little bit of a break from work right now, and there are like 6 or 7 candles that I have been meaning to review. And so I just decided to use my break from work to film candle reviews. So this is what I'm going to be spending the next couple of hours doing here. So I don't know what the next video will be. I have candles here from Nest, Kringle, Bath and Body Works, as well as more HomeWorx candles. So it'll be a surprise to all of us. But obviously in this video here, we're tackling HomeWorx Garden Bouquet. If you are not subscribed, make sure that you do so. That way the subsequent candle reviews that go up on my channel will pop up in your subscription feed. All right, let's get into Garden Bouquet. In full disclosure, this one right here was sent to me as PR. I am an ambassador with HomeWorx, and from time to time, they will send us a few different fragrances to be able to share with you. And what I appreciate about them doing that is oftentimes they send fragrances to me that I would not personally purchase myself. Obviously, like a normal person, I like to spend my money on things that I think I know I'm going to enjoy. And for me, when it comes to florals, they are not something that I naturally gravitate towards because as someone who was a florist for over a decade, the smell of flowers remind me of work. I have said this multiple times in any of my floral scented candle reviews, and it really is true. However, I have taken a break from floral work. I've done a few things here and there, you know, for friends and family and some funerals, but honestly, I've really taken a break from my floral business, and it has, I feel like, been the best thing in the world for me because I am back to a place now where I am enjoying the smell of flowers. For the longest time, I would not even dream of really enjoying or lighting up a floral candle in my house because if I walked in and smelled flowers, it would take me to a place of stress and feeling rushed and, you know, just anxiety. And it just reminded me of work, right? Like we all have our things, fragrances, smells that kind of we associate with like not so pleasant things in our life. And while I loved being a florist for a very long time, the reason that I'm taking a break from it is because it was just a lot. It wasn't really, it's not the flowers' fault. It's the clients. I did predominantly weddings, so that pretty much explains it all right there. But anyway, you guys, I am back in a floral lovin' mode, and I really do appreciate Kringle sending out the Garden Party collection to me because, again, I still probably would not have purchased these on my own. The Garden Party collection is available at homeworx.shop. You can use my discount code Melanie P. That will save you 15% off your order of $40 or more at homeworx.shop. Obviously, that discount does not apply over at QVC, Ulta, you know, anywhere else that you can find these candles online. The information is listed in the description box down below. I'm not sure if this particular fragrance is available over at QVC. It might show up there in the spring. I will link it wherever it is available online. Also, you might want to keep your eye out at Marshall's, Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Ross, any of the other, you know, outlet type stores that carry HomeWorx fragrances. This might show up there. I don't know. I have no idea, but definitely worth keeping an eye out if you are interested. So we are going to go ahead and get into the description of this fragrance. I will tell you what my nose picks up. And as a florist, I am a little bit of, I guess, an expert when it comes to flowers. And I have to say, all of the fragrance notes that I am mentioning here I smell in this candle, and it is so lovely. And then I'm going to tell you an amazing pairing that goes really well with this. And it might sound absolutely bizarre, but I'm telling you, my house smells so good right now. So it's totally going to be worth a try. Okay, so the scent story that we are told is bring the outside in and set every table with a captivating garden bouquet. This whimsical blend of night blooming jasmine, white gardenia, alluring and soft pink rose, and sweet honeysuckle will indulge you in nature's most exquisite blooms. So the fragrance notes are night blooming jasmine, white gardenia, pink rose, and honeysuckle. Okay, so what do we smell here? Listen, this smells like an absolutely heavenly bridal bouquet. Honestly, all of these flowers here would be so lovely in a bridal bouquet. They're all quite fragrant, you know, just the flowers themselves. Some flowers are stronger in fragrance than others, you know, like for example, orchids. Orchids don't like have an unusually strong fragrance to them. A lot of roses, however, can be quite potent. Honeysuckle is really quite strong, as is gardenia and jasmine. Jasmine, I love jasmine. In fact, I had a jasmine plant in my backyard, but we got some snow a couple years ago and it absolutely destroyed it. I'm heartbroken, but I will be picking up another jasmine this year and I'm gonna put it in a pot. That way, if we get freezing weather, I can bring it into the garage in the future. But let's talk about which of these florals are maybe a little bit more prominent than others. Okay, first thing that I smell here is 100% the honeysuckle. Honeysuckle is quite potent, and it is the first note that I detected here for sure. I expected the gardenia to kind of be the next thing that my nose would notice, but oddly enough, it's the jasmine. And this smells basically just like a white or pink jasmine. It smells like the jasmine that I had in my backyard. So that's kind of where my nose goes next. After that, I definitely go into that gardenia. The gardenia is not overly sweet or kind of headache inducing. It's really quite lovely. And then at the very end, I get a nice light, rose, maybe more like a tea rose versus a like traditional type of rose, maybe a slightly more old-fashioned rose, but lovely nonetheless. You guys, this is heavenly. There's nothing green here, so you're not picking up any of like the leafy notes from the stems or anything like that. This is pure florals, and if you want your house to smell like a floral explosion come this spring, you should absolutely try this one out. It's really beautiful. And this is coming from someone who, again, naturally doesn't really gravitate towards floral scents herself. This is the perfect concoction of flowers that just fit so well together. If all of these came in a beautiful bouquet, it would just smell like the best bouquet ever assembled. It is lovely, and the scent itself is getting, if I had to put it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this floral like an 8 or 9 out of 10. It's incredibly well done. It's not headache inducing. It's not overpowering. It's not cloying. It's not headache inducing. It's really lovely and kind of soft. Softer and prettier than maybe some other more aggressive florals can be. This is nice. If you like florals, you will enjoy this. In terms of strength and throw, I know this is a big question when it comes to HomeWorx candles right now. We all know that over the last several years, HomeWorx has really been lacking in terms of strength and throw. It has been my biggest complaint to the brand, is that there's just not enough fragrance oils in a lot of these candles. And as someone who definitely tends to prefer a stronger output in terms of fragrance, HomeWorx has kind of been lacking a little bit. But I am seeing some improvements. Are they improvements across the board? I won't say that quite yet, But I will say all of the garden party candles have been extremely consistent for me in terms of strength and throw, and this one here is no exception. The strength of this is a solid 7, and the throw is also right around 7. This fills up the bulk of the downstairs of my house. I do live in a what I would consider more open concept style home, but in the downstairs we have really high ceilings. I have not burned this upstairs in the master bedroom. I've been meaning to do that, but I just didn't get around to it. So I cannot tell you the strength and throw of this in a more, I would say, like normal sized room, if you will. If you live in an apartment setting, or if you live in an older home or a home where the rooms are a little bit more enclosed and they don't open up to each other the way that they do in my house here, you might get a little bit more oomph out of this. Also, I have not put it into a hurricane. I don't feel like it needs to be. It does well on its own. So strength and throw have been great. I was a little concerned about the wicks because the wicks are skinny. I don't like these skinny wicks that Harry chooses for some of his candles. But I do have to say, and I will show you an overhead shot here, we are definitely past the halfway point. Here's the wax line right here, as you can see. These have not keeled over on me. They have not disintegrated. I do trim them just a little bit between each burn. I have limited the burn of this to about 3 hours at a time, and that has been perfect. Another thing I will say for this one is that I find that this one lingers a little bit in my house. So I have to be careful what I light up subsequently because it has to kind of go with this, because it takes a little while for this one to fade. But I find that to be the case with a lot of florals, and not just florals from HomeWorx, but florals from a lot of different companies. So let's go ahead and take a peek at the overhead shot here so that you can see what we're working with. There has been no sooting or anything like that. You do see a few of the like mushroom tops in the bottom there, but it doesn't really form massive mushroom tops. They're just kind of like little tiny pieces here and there, but a nice solid burn there. I have a feeling, well, I can already see the wick clips. So I'm gonna have to be careful for these next couple burns here so that they don't keel over. But because we don't have huge mushroom tops, I don't anticipate that being a massive issue for me. But as always, I do not recommend burning these candles beyond 3 hours at a time. There's actually, if you look on the bottom of most candles, there will be a label, and oftentimes they do tell you the recommended burn time. I would highly suggest following that to get the best possible outcome. I know some people they want to do their own thing and leave their candles lit for like 6 or 7 hours, but then, you know, don't be surprised if you potentially have wicks that keel over, or, you know, that kind of stuff happening. Now, wicks have keeled over without someone burning these candles for 6 hours at a time. So again, there have been problems when it comes to HomeWorx candles, but personally, I'm seeing some improvements. It makes me really happy to see it. And I just hope that they continue to, you know, make those improvements and keep them around. One thing I do want to say that does still kind of bug me is that I felt like HomeWorx said that they were going to bring back the solid metal lids, but we are still getting these like cheaper, more they're metal, but they're like a lighter plasticky almost feeling type lid. And I just wish they would go back to the old metal ones. Honestly, I still have a number of those in my collection. So I just keep them around, and with a lot of my candles that I'm storing and, you know, wanting to stack, I'm using those older metal lids because for whatever reason, these just are really slippery. Like if you put another HomeWorx candle on top of this, they want to slide around. This was probably a decision that was made to save money, which as a business owner, I get it. But also as someone, you know, who spends money on these things, it is kind of irritating, and I wish that they would have kept the old metal lids. They were so nice. They were much more weighty, and I just don't love these new lids, but I don't know. Well, I don't think the old lids are coming back at this point, so I think this is just what we're getting now. But anyway, you guys, I definitely give this one a big fat thumbs up because it's not a gourmand, because it's not a fruity. I'm not going to give it 2 big fat thumbs up. But I do really like this scent. It's a great performer and I really enjoy it. And the pairing that I was wanting to mention, and I know this sounds so random, but pair this with Bath and Body Works Sweet Red Mango. Oh, it's so good, you guys. I know the fruity with the floral is a turnoff for a lot of people, but man, this combination smells absolutely fantastic. I am burning that over sorry, there's some candles that I'm taking back to Bath and Body Works, but on that table over there is that Bath and Body Works candle burning. So they're kind of meeting in the middle, and the entire downstairs of my house just smells like the most beautiful, sweet floral delight. I'm telling you, try it. Try it. If you have them both, you have to try that combination and then report back to me. All right, thanks for being here. I appreciate you all so much. Again, make sure that you are subscribed. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and stay tuned for the second candle review, which will be coming around in a few hours. Take care. Toodaloo.